Hello everyone and welcome back to our reading of Ancient Mysteries. Today's chapter, The Mysterious Mounds. Scattered through the north-central states of Illinois, Wisconsin, and Iowa, and along the valleys of the Mississippi and Ohio rivers, are some of the most mysterious constructions in the United States. At these sites are found large mounds of earth. Some of the mounds are tall and impressive, others are low and easily missed. Many mounds are laid out in the shape of animals, while others have geometrical designs. In a forest in Iowa is a group of mounds representing 10 bears, 1 bird, and 2 straight lines. The most famous of these artificial mounds is that known as the Great Serpent. It lies on a hill overlooking Brush Creek in Adams County, Ohio. The snake-shaped mound is 382 meters long, but barely 3 feet tall. The mounds have been known for nearly 2 centuries. However, nobody is really certain why they were built. The first people to happen upon the mounds were European settlers who moved into the area during the early 19th century. They were greatly impressed by the size of the strange earth structures. It was clear that the American Indians then living in the area had not built them. The early Europeans thought that some mysterious civilization had once existed but had collapsed centuries earlier. In 1840, the historian Walter Pigeon set out to survey the mounds. He measured and recorded many sites in the upper Mississippi Valley. Some of the mounds described by Pigeon have since been destroyed by building projects or farming. Therefore, his records are of great importance. An Indian medicine man named Dikuda befriended Pigeon and showed him the location of many mounds. Dikuda told Pigeon that the ancestors of the Indians had built the mounds many years earlier as a form of writing. Unfortunately, Pigeon could not persuade him to give him any more information. Archaeologists have now been able to date the mounds. The first constructions began in about 1000 BC. These early constructions, which archaeologists have named Adena mounds, were usually tombs. Some 800 years later, mound builders of the Hopperell culture began constructing the animal shapes from the earth. This phase lasted nearly 900 years. In the final period of mound building, known as the Mississippian, the Indians raised huge platforms of earth. Some of these were big enough to have formed the base for several large buildings. When European explorers first came to the lower Mississippi Valley, they found large mounds topped by wooden temples. They were told that the chief of the Indian tribe lived on one of the mounds. Although scientists can be certain when the mounds were built and by whom, nobody knows why they were constructed. It seems that the later and larger mounds were burial places and the sites of temples. However, the purpose of the smaller mounds remains a mystery. Some scientists believe that the mounds are representations of constellations of stars. Others think that the grassy banks may represent magical signs or be tribal totems. The only person who might have known the answer to the riddle was the medicine man Dikuda, but he is dead. The mounds remain just as mysterious as they were when they were first sighted by Walter Pigeon. Well, what can we say? It's very mysterious and captures the imagination. Maybe someday we'll know a bit more. Join me on Saturday as we come to the gripping conclusion of Ancient Mysteries. I'll see you then.